Hey, what's up, y'all? If you're a creative owner and you're looking to make 2025 your best year yet, then I'm going to need you to pay really close attention to this video because I'm going to show you the 3 things that you can do to make sure that this year is the best year yet for you and your business and your life. Let's go. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Chris Creed. Welcome back. Welcome to the new year, 2025. I'm so stoked to be here with you. Thank you for being here. And I really am excited to talk to you today, talk to you about this because, as we go through the month of January at the beginning of the year, like something kind of magical that happens when the calendar turns over, right? And there's this momentum that sort of pulls us through that, I don't know, makes us all excited. We can kind of collectively feel that, right? And of course, that's why we've always done like New Year's resolutions and everybody sets goals for the year in January or December, and everybody kind of resets their fitness goals and things like that. And this is all normal. But what happens during the year, right? What happens during even the month of January is that we kind of come off the high of that pretty quickly. We come off the high and the excitement of that pretty quickly. And I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever been to a big event or even like a theme park or something, you go to Disney or something like that, and you're so excited, you build up all this anticipation of going to the thing. And then while you're there, you're enjoying it and you're in there and you're still building up all this anticipation of what you're going to do when you get home, especially at events, what you're going to do when you get home, and you got all these ideas. And then you get home and life starts to happen, right? We're met with the reality of life. And all of a sudden we fall back into comfort, the comfort of just staying the same. And this is totally normal. This happens in the new year too. And one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today is just how do we maintain that energy? Because as a creator, as someone who is a creative owner, like you have a business or a mission that you are pushing forward, your goal should be to be able to maintain and hold energy. Right? That's the whole part of this game that separates you from the fold, that separates you from other people who aren't willing to do that. And that the problem with that is that it's really hard because it's so tempting to fall back into old rhythms. You can't do that though. If you want to be this year, 2025, the best year of your life, the best year of your life as an owner, as an entrepreneur, as a creative, as a husband or a wife or a father or a mother or a friend, you want to make this year your best year ever, then you have to be willing to hold energy. And so that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today. That's thing one. You got to be able to hold the energy. It's really hard. And that's the first thing that's going to go. I did a few videos here. You can go back and look on the channel where I talked about staying in your power and your presence and your purpose. And this is really what I help creative owners do. But one of the first things to go is your power. And the reason that is because power just simply means your ability to act. And the reason why your power goes is because we start to lose anticipation. See, I learned this from Myron Golden. Anticipation is the energy you get when the outcome you expect is desirable to you. So, for example, when you're at an event and you have all this anticipation building up, all this excitement about what you're going to do, and you've painted this vision in your head and you know that you can go do it. When you do that, when you build up that anticipation, that feeling of anticipation travels out to your hands and creates power, your ability to take action. And it's really difficult to not take action when you're feeling anticipation. But what happens is after a while, if we don't act on the power, we start to feel this other feeling called anxiety. And what anxiety is, and I learned this from Myron too, if anticipation is the energy you get when the outcome you expect is desirable to you, then anxiety is wasting present energy on a future outcome that's undesirable to me. So what happens is we start to make up these stories about why it won't work, why such and such, why there's no reason for you even go there, even do the thing, because it's not going to work for me. It can't work for me because I have all these stories that proves for that. And what happens when we have that feeling is that we manifest this feeling of powerlessness. And that powerlessness will steal the energy from you to be able to go do the thing that would actually prevent the bad thing from happening. So the real trick for you, the magic trick that you have to do this year as a creative owner, is you have to maintain energy. And the way you do that is by continually manifesting a feeling of anticipation and excitement. How do we do that? We have to stay optimistic. We have to have faith that the work that we're going to do is going to be fruitful. It's going to work for us whether or not we feel like it's working or not. And that is really the trick to entrepreneurship anyway, is just to keep working even when it feels like it's not working. So that's thing number one, is maintain your energy. The second thing you're going to need is you're going to need to be around people who are going to encourage you to go forward, right? Not people who want you to stay the same, not people who want you to kind of camp out in this energy of sameness, but people who are going to encourage you to go forward, who are going to encourage you to chase after the thing you say you want, and who are going to stop in you and say, hey man, you said that you wanted this. Why are you going this direction, right? Do you have anybody like that in your life? Maybe you don't. Maybe you've never had anybody like that in your life ever. And I suggest right now that you find someone, a friend, a coach, a community to be a part of, whatever, that's going to help you create that space. That's going to make you think. They're going to challenge you. They're going to actually put you in a position of discomfort, because we need these people in our lives, man. We need these people in our lives who are going to challenge us and are going to help us skyrocket, right? These are the people we need in our lives. So you're going to have to find that community. So that's thing number two. And the third thing you need, if you want to make this year, 2025, or any year that you're listening to this, if you want to make this year the best year ever for yourself as a creative owner, so that you can have the life that you want, the business that you want, the relationships you want, if you want that, the third thing you're going to have to commit to this year is having a consistent contribution. What does that mean? A contribution is something that you're going to commit to that is yours, that you're putting out there just like this. It's not created by freaking AI. You're not putting it into ChatGPT. You're sitting here in front of a camera and you're talking, and you're you, and you're vulnerable, and you're making something that's real. Can I tell you something real quick, guys? This year is going to be wild. AI is going to go nuts. We don't even know what it's going to look like yet. I'm sure some of you are excited. I'm kind of excited to see what happens. I'm excited about all the possibilities, but what I'm not excited about is the fact that it's causing us to be less creative. Not more creative, but less creative. And yeah, we can do creative things with AI. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't use AI in your business. You definitely should. I do. However, there are certain things that should be 100% human made. I truly believe this. And what's going to happen this year is that we're going to see more and more people flip and look for creators and creatives and business owners who are committed to showing up as themselves, as their true human selves, who aren't committed to being perfect. Because if you're committed to being perfect, you should prepare to become obsolete, because everybody's going to look the same. Everybody's going to start to look the same. And the only way to be different is to show up as yourself and be willing to not be shiny and perfect. So I want to encourage you to look at your contribution through that lens. What can I uniquely communicate? What can I uniquely contribute as my flawed human self? How can I show up like that? Does it look like videos like this? Does it look like podcasts? Does it look like writing? Does it look like writing a book this year that's coming from you? What does your unique, consistent contribution look like this year? I want to encourage you to use that as one of your core guiding systems this year. All right. So to recap, the three things you have to commit to do this year, if you want this year to be your best year ever, you have to commit to manage your energy, right? We can't walk around with this lack of energy, this anxious feeling, even though that happens sometimes. It's natural. It's cool. That feeling is totally allowed. However, you should know that it's stealing your dreams. Anxiety is stealing from you because it's wasting your energy right now that you could use to create something to prevent the bad thing from happening, right? So we want, as much as we can, to direct ourselves into a place of anticipation and excitement about what's coming, right? And so we do that. We build that up in us. We have to manage our energy. It's something that I help creatives do in my programs. And I have very specific ways that I do that, and specific ways that I encourage you to do that. And you can look on these other videos on my channel if you want to know more about that. The second thing you're going to have to do, so commit to managing your energy well and staying in a place of high energy to become a high energy source that people can draw from. If you want to attract more people to you, if you want this year to be one of your best years ever, if not the best year ever, you have to manage your energy. The second thing that's going to help you is finding a good community, finding people you can be around who are people who are filled with anticipation, are filled with excitement about the future. They're going somewhere, man. And people who are going to look at what you're doing and they're going to be like, hey, this is great. Or they're going to be like, hey, you said you wanted to do this. This is starting to feel a little bit like this. Is this what you mean? That's the kind of person you want in your life. And you don't have to, all the people in your life don't have to be like that, but you need to have some level of community that's doing that, whether it's a friend or a mentor or a coach or a group, whatever. Get yourself around people who freaking believe, man. They believe in you. They believe in the future that you're painting, and they're going there with you. That's what you want, right? So we have to manage our energy. We have to find a community. And this third thing we have to do is commit to consistent contribution. We cannot waste another year and not having communicated our unique vision with the world. It's really hard to do that. It's really vulnerable. It's tempting to lean on things like AI and not really be the person who's creating the thing. It's tempting to do that. It's going to become more and more tempting. I want to encourage you to not do that because it's going to pay off for you to learn how to be your vulnerable human self and you create your unique contribution through that lens. It's going to be worthwhile to do that, especially as we go into the future. Guys, if you do these three things, if this is all you do this year, is these three things, I promise you that this can help you make this year your best year ever. And hey, listen, if you want to know more about this, you're a creative owner and you want to know what it's going to take as the world shifts and changes, what is it going to take for you to thrive as a creative owner? I'm doing a live free workshop on the 29th of this month, January 2025, right at the beginning of the month as we go on. And you're going to want to stay in this energy anyway. You know that you need regular things that are going to keep you in this energy. This is one of the ways that you can do that, by the way. It's one of the ways that you can have your energy be high is to be constantly taking in things like this and putting events on the calendar to get yourself into that state. That's exactly why I'm doing this event. Okay. It's called the Creative Codes. You can go to chriscreed.com/codes and sign up there. It's free. I would love to have you there. It's going to be a blast. And we're going to talk about what it takes to be a creative owner in 2025. What are some things that you can do to manage your energy as a creative owner? How have people done it through the past? How can you communicate? What does it take to communicate your creative vision consistently over time? And how do we do that? That is what the Creative Codes Workshop is all about. So I'd love to see you on there. Go to chriscreed.com/codes. But until next time, y'all, my name is Chris Creed. This has been the Wake Up, Get Better podcast, or I guess just my YouTube channel, Chris Creed's channel. I don't know what to call this thing anymore, but it's fun. I love being on here with you. I'm glad you're here. Happy New Year. And I cannot wait to see what you make this year. Love you guys.